This illustration deals with the estimate of likelihood and severity. Uh, these rules are listed in 130.4, B as in boy 1 and B as in boy 2. The purpose of change is a new section, and this new section has been accepted, and it basically clarifies the results of the likelihood and severity of occurrences of injury or damage to the health of an employee performing, say, a certain job task. Now, the estimated likelihood and severity basically includes one, the design of the electrical equipment, including its overcurrent protective device and its operating time, is outlined in 130.4 of 70E on page 24 and 25. And naturally, you know what this rule's about. The quicker the overcurrent device opens up, the less amount of time the current has to feed the electrical arc, creating more damaging energy to a worker who's performing a certain task. Now, secondly, the electrical equipment operating condition and condition of maintenance is outlined in 130.4 on pages 24 and 25, play a big role. For example, the circuit breakers you see here in the panel, they should be frequency checked, electrically inspected for damage, crack frames, things of that nature, in accordance with the Annex L to NFPA 70B and Chapter 13 of NFPA 70B. Now, we have a good workbook that on 70B that could be obtained that goes through all these rules in a greater detail, and also a 70E workbook that the two workbooks kind of work hand in hand to supply the maintenance electrician with necessary information they need to perform their job properly in accordance with codes and standards. Now, this illustration just basically deals with this type of estimate of likelihood and severity that any kind of a shock or electrical arc condition that could cause the employee to be hurt in some way. Now, we've talked about here heavy-duty gloves, so we won't bother you with that again. Insulated boots, we kind of talked about those and said if you were working on any type of equipment where you say you had exceeded 4 calories per centimeter squared, then you would need a heavy leather boot, extra hazard type boot. So, but if you want to read again upon heavy duty gloves, here's your section numbers. And insulated boots, here's your section numbers, and your page numbers are given as well. But this is what this illustration is trying to illustrate to the user of 70E and the employee performing a certain task, is to always estimate the likelihood and severity of a shock or electrical arc condition. And in the illustration and the information boxed in here is the information needed that can cause these conditions to be worse or less worse when you're working there in a certain area performing a certain task.